Merry fucking ho ho. What's going on, everybody? That's right. Right now, for me, this is the day after Christmas. This is me. See, I'm being all festive or whatever. And that's done. That's enough. Um, I'm not an incredibly festive dude, but I wore the hat for you fuckers, so you're welcome. I'm back. We're doing some more Chuck's Raw reviews. And I thought, hey, why not do a gift for all of those who want some more cool comics to know about? Let's give them this. And then for the creator that we chose today, of course, it's a bit of a gift for them because they get their book reviewed by the handsomest motherfucker in this room. Man, I'm glad there's no one else in this room. Then I'd be a liar. Fuck. All right, cool. So, we're a minute in. Let's talk about it. Today, we are talking about The Legend of the Erased. This is by Coffee Hyrokoyo. I probably said that rightish. Hyrokoyo. This is like real manga. Okay? This is straight up, you're reading the exact opposite way that you normally would, and I have not done real manga before. So this was not dipping my toes in. This was diving headfirst into something that I really didn't know that well. And I felt like I was getting an education as I went. And it was enjoyable. I had a good time. I'm going to take these off. They're glaring like fucking hell. It's fun because when whenever I pick up a book, a lot of times it's like, well, there's no curse words in here, so maybe I need to chill the fuck down a little bit. But this one, right away, it has a warning inside. Extreme trigger warning. This work contains graphic images and sensitive subjects such as suicide, self-harm, abuse, sexual content, and harsh language. I'm like, harsh language? Fuck yeah, let's do this shit. So, yeah. What did Chucky think about his first manga? Look, you know what? It's good. It's not necessarily for me. This story, this stuff. But that's not like, oh, I'm too good for manga or any shit like that. I'm not necessarily the audience for this. But, ooh, look at that. There's a big old fuck just for you guys. But what I really appreciated this is how blunt and honest this book is. Now, it's... why don't we talk about it a little bit before we go into how blunt and honest it is. So this is by Coffee. They've been working on this for a long time now. And it's really... Okay, so basically what it's about is it's about a young woman named Serene who at the very beginning of the whole thing ends up killing herself by using her own pen. She is she's an artist. She loves to draw. She's recently out of high school and has decided to kill herself. I don't know Coffee really well, but I do know that there's a lot of her of them in this book. And I felt like I got to know them a little bit better while I read the book. And so it's basically about a woman who has a really tough life at home. Father's a piece of shit. Mother lets it happen. And the people in their life are not, they're not helping at all. And so Serene decides to kill herself, and she ends up in a whole other world. And it appears to be a world of her making. It's like she's within, it's like nightmares and dreams and all sorts of stuff. And it's really quite cool, actually. Because while you're traveling, it seems like it's very otherworldly and whatnot. And then as you start to really feel like, oh, hey, okay, we're here, we're somewhere, we're now starting to feel out the train and everything, they pull it out from under you and you end up somewhere else. And so you're always you're often not comfortable with your surroundings, which I think is on purpose. Like it's a purposeful thing because she's not comfortable. Because as soon as she gets comfortable, she moves somewhere else and she gets pulled somewhere else. And so a lot of it also is that Serene, the main character, she does not kind of have control. And so you see her pulled. By the end of book 2, I would say she's starting to get control. And she's starting to take it a little more. And that's exciting to see. So I only have the first 2 books. Coffee is currently working on book 3. So we'll see if I'm right. But while in there, Serene ends up meeting up with several other people. She meets up with an ex-boyfriend kind of thing who is just a straight piece of shit. She meets up with this very dark, edgy character. And I'm saying edgy, and you guys are going to be like, oh, just give me a second. His name is Abaddon, and he's like part vampire. Like, he's just like all of the kind of tropes of edginess. A lot of times, if I were to say, for any other book pretty much, if I were to say, oh man, this character's really edgy, I'm talking shit. But I'm not with this. And it's funny because they're open about the fact that this character is edgy. They're playing with it. And they're having fun with us. So it's like the character is edgy, but they're not because we know that they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, it loses that veneer and it becomes a little more enjoyable. Because I find a lot of times those characters, like the fucking Edward from Twilight sort of characters, they take themselves way too seriously, and it's hard for us to enjoy it because it's just like, it's just so dumb. But with Abaddon, it's not like that at all, because we know that is how he was sort of created, and even he knows it. So, excuse me. So it becomes enjoyable, and it's really weird to be able to say that, but it was true. At first, I'm like, oh man, this is some edgy shit, and then I read it, I was like, oh, this is some edgy shit. Like, that's really funny. Like, and like I said earlier, they really, Coffee really has a way of kind of, you know what? Just they're so open about what they love, and Serene is obviously has taken a lot from Coffee because she plays that the same way, and I believe that, not knowing Coffee that well, that's where similarities come from, is that the creations that Serene has made, it comes from Coffee, and a lot of that moves forward. So that was really cool to see, and I really enjoyed that a lot, because like, tropes are everywhere, but I feel like when you really hold on to them and you say, yeah, this is a trope, I'm having fun right now, it removes all of that. It almost makes it not a trope anymore, because you pull back the curtain and you've said, hey, no, we're having a good time here, man. Let's just have some fun. And I like that. So this was a lot of fun. There was another character. Oh, see, again, I'm not a manga guy. I'm not really Kuroshi. Am I right? Oh, I'm gonna find the name later on and feel like a total douche. But kind of looks like a Final Fantasy Black Mage sort of character. Little kind of dude, and fun. Just a fun little helpful dude. He's got these. He has magic, and he's able to work with plants and whatnot to help people heal, all that kind of stuff. A lot of fun. It's got some serious fantasy stuff, which, again, I'm a fantasy dude, so I got to enjoy some of that stuff, and that I was able to very much attach to and whatnot. And just the fact that they've obviously created this world that it's so much to them. And so they're mentioning places, and you don't know the places, but you are able to kind of go, okay, so, like you don't feel like you need a map or anything, because it's all kind of in their head. And so it's like their world building for someone else's world building. And again, like, it's just like, it's very meta. and a lot of fun. So yeah, man, my first jump into manga has been really interesting. I, you know what? Honestly, Coffee, I think you've done really good here. Again, it's not necessarily for me. A lot of it, a lot. You know what? Something that I would love to show up. I'm saying it's not necessarily for me because I'm just not the target audience. This isn't necessarily what I would go to read, but I have enjoyed it. And so, will I pick up book 3 and check it out? Absolutely. Is it going to be on my top favorite lists? No, because again, I'm not the audience. I'm not that guy, but I definitely enjoyed it and I definitely had a good time. So I think to be able to take someone who would normally not even consider buying that book and to have them say, hey, this was really good. Like, I had a good time with this. That's a win. I think you got to take that as a win. But something that I really enjoyed is that, so a lot of times they have the very distinct panels, but then you can also see where they kind of create these panels with different thicknesses and stuff, and it's like it's obviously drawn on, and that's very purposeful because of course this is sort of like a world made of art. So you see that a lot. It's this book too. It was a lot in book 1 as well. I really found, see, like very, very black and inky and whatnot. And I really like that because like it's not, you can see kind of, I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see where the ink didn't always go all the way through. And that would sound like I'm saying something shitty, but I'm not. I love it because again, it's a world made of art. So it's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to have splotches and all that kind of stuff. And they've done that. And I admire that. It's a lot of fun. Another thing that I really like, just before I kind of go, is I've watched some videos of... that started off really creepy. I've watched some videos. No, I've watched some videos of Coffee doing art. And Coffee is very talented. Their work is beautiful. You know, as I've shown you, they're incredibly talented. But one thing that I noticed is when they draw like this. Like you're stabbing a motherfucker with an ice pick. And they're in there and they're doing this kind of work. Stabby style. I don't know how the fuck you would even do that. But they do it and it's amazing. And Serene holds the pen the same way. And so again, I feel like that's very much kind of showing that it's their character and that it's a connection to them and whatnot. But that was just funny that I caught that and I saw that and I was like, oh shit, I like that. I like what you're doing. So yeah, man, Legend of the Erased. Look it up. Look up Coffee Hyrokoyo on Facebook, on Twitter, wherever you can find them. I think they do a bunch of stuff on YouTube and stuff too. But check out their stuff. It's a great book. It's a lot of fun. If you're into manga and you love kind of edgy stuff, I think this is going to be right down your alley. I think you're going to have an absolute blast. And if you're not, dude, pick it up. Give it a read. I think you're going to enjoy it anyways. Again, not my book of the year, but it wasn't meant for me. I enjoyed it, and it was really good. So, yeah, man, I think that's about it. I ended up talking about this one a lot more than I talk about a lot of other ones. So I think that should say something. I try to keep these around 10 minutes, but this is probably going to be closer to 15, and it's because I had a really good time, and I very much just enjoyed what was happening here. So, Coffee, Merry Holidays. Thank you so much. For you guys, Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas. And, of course, if you're watching this later on, it's not going to be the holidays unless it's next year. And if it is next year, then, hey, dude, the new season of Witcher is probably going to drop soon, eh? I have to wait a year? That's some bullshit. All right, anyways, lots of love, everybody. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, everything. Guys, Hanukkah, can't forget that one. A lot of love. I hope you guys enjoy more videos this year, and I hope you enjoy more fucking indie comics. Please like, subscribe, and tell me about some books. If there's something that you want me to check out, let me know. And I'm not talking to the creators, because you guys can always find me. But I mean, if there's any actual fans of comics, if there's an indie comic that you think needs to be looked at, give me a holler. I'll find a way to track it down. All right, everybody, I gotta go. Peace, love, and comics. Take care.